everybody for joining today's panel on innovations around omnichannel customer service. This is Pankaj Gupta from EthAum Venture Partners. Just to give you a brief overview, EthAum is a deep tech accelerator based in Singapore with 70 plus portfolio startups. We are proud to have partnerships with Enterprise Singapore, Cyberport Hong Kong, Microsoft, AWS, Twilio, and so on and so forth. These are the partners who not only support our startups with credits, perks, and enterprise customer acquisition, but they also help us growing our community by connecting with more and more enterprise customers for our portfolio startups. We, as an accelerator, are highly focused on acquiring customers for our portfolio startups, and that's what we are good at. Today, we are hosting this panel with Asiabots because we really believe that Asiabots is doing some really interesting and cool innovations in the customer service space. And we should be able to build a community, connect with the community, and learn from the community using a panel like this. We have Chris with us from Asiabots. He's one of the founders of Asiabots, and he would like to talk about Asiabots in a few minutes. And then I would request our panelists to introduce themselves, and then we will get into the panel questions and answers. And I'm sure that Chris may have some really fantastic burning questions in his pocket, and he would love to ask those questions and get your amazing feedback and insights on those questions. Okay, I would love to connect with you after the event, and I hope that you enjoy today's fantastic, insightful discussion. Chris, please take it from here.
So yeah, thank you for the introduction, and I'm very pleased and excited actually to have this, and thank you for coming for this panel. Actually, this I think it is a very easy, simple discussions. Asiabots, I'm from Asiabots from Hong Kong, but actually we have more office not only in Hong Kong but also in Taiwan and also other countries coming. So what we are doing actually, we are an AI company, and then we're using our AI to do services. Maybe I show you some screen so visually you can more easier to understand what we are providing. So I'm showing you a deck very quick. So Asiabots is an AI artificial intelligence company, and then I think you can see the screen, right? Yeah, and then okay. So very quick introduction of us. We are from Hong Kong. And then most of our team members are starting from Hong Kong, and that's why we are mostly in Hong Kong. The team from Hong Kong members, but actually we have more coming from America, Taiwan, and India. And for example, Taiwan is also one of our very important places in developing our AI technologies, and we have some important technologies involving in the conversational AI is built by us. For example, NLP, ASR, TTS, such kind of core engines for the board to understand and to do conversations. Actually, later we will mention more about this, but it is just a very quick, brief introductions of the technologies what we have. And so what we do is what we call omnichannels. Omnichannel is in a way that can serve you in all ways, all way around. So we can provide all services like chatbot. I think you guys know what it is. And also we can talk to you using the bot on the telephone. We call it voice bot. And also we have inventions called AI ambassador that is able to talk to you face-to-face on site. So basically we have three products that we are providing right now. And voice bot is a robot that talk to you on phone. So these are all AI avatars. Actually, they are not real human. You can talk to them, talk to her, and then they'll answer your questions, or they call you, and then just like a human doing. And I will talk more about that. And recently, we have some interesting projects that working with some big international companies, for example, to provide outbound call or inbound answering services. So this is something I can also share with you later during the discussions. And for example, also we have some business model that to make it very easy to build your own AI bot to do, for example, notification courses like this. And just a very quick also because many people also very interesting towards our another product that is we call it AI Ambassador. That is a robot that can talk to you. The avatar will be seated on a digital panel, and in a way that which is now very popular now. People are always saying, "Oh, virtual avatar," because about metaverse. They think about, okay, in metaverse they should have a virtual avatar that can serve you. So right now we are already we have this, and we are using that already on site in many different places to provide Q&A services or kind of just some functional services in different areas like shopping mall, like hospital, government, such like that. For some government like this in immigration department, they're using us, and customer exercises, and also hospital also. Because right now in Hong Kong, the COVID-19 is very bad, and they have no enough people actually just standing there to answer your questions or guide you to provide any guidance or any access. So Ambassador is working like this. So today will be a very interesting conversation. And also we have chatbot, of course. And then because our services and what I want actually in this discussion is to see the future. How is it is going in the coming years? So what technology will bring, and also what is right now the headaches and pain points right now. So I will be looking forward. And then this is me, I'm Chris, and this is about Asiabots. So it's a quick introduction of me. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Chris, for the quick introduction. Now I will request our esteemed panelists to introduce themselves. I'll start with Gianluca.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for the invitation. I'm Gianluca Giustiziero. I'm working in Diesel as the digital omnichannel senior manager. I'm the HQ office is in Italy, but we work obviously globally. I don't have a presentation of myself, so that's it.
That's fantastic, Gianluca. Thanks a lot. Faten.
Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a good day or good afternoon. And I am Faten Elazhary. I head the customer support department and the group customer support department and service desk for Kamal, Osman, and Jamjoom brands. And I have around 15 years of experience in customer services. It's been the experience of my whole life. I'm very pleased to be with you today and looking forward to have an interesting discussion.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Faten. Abhishek.
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Abhishek, and I am heading the Omnichannel strategy and operations at sixstreet.com. It is the e-commerce arm of Apparel Group in Dubai. And since Apparel Group has more than 2,000 stores across GCC, I think it represents the omnichannel environment in the GCC market very well. And just hoping to learn a lot from this discussion with the experience of all the esteemed panelists and Asiabots team.
Hey, Abhishek, we are actually trying to learn from you. But anyway,
thank you.
Thanks a lot, Gianluca, Faten, and Abhishek for joining the panel today. Chris, why don't we start with the very first exciting question that you have? Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Because today, I'm invited to be the moderator, so thank you for joining. So, it is very good because I see the combinations of our panelists. They are coming from different areas. So some are from TAD and some are from some contact center. So it is a good, fantastic combinations. So before I start, something, but to start with, I have a questions that people always asking me. Especially from the contact center, they say, "Oh, are you going to replace me? Are you going to use robot to replace customer service real human?" So this is something that everyone will ask me. So okay, but before that, I'll start to have some more let everyone say that some basic thing about contact center or customer service right now. So okay, start from the difficulty. Okay, what is the biggest challenge that you think that you're facing right now in customer service? So maybe you can start first, and then to talk about, because I really want to know also, because everyone tell me different story, different things.
Probably we start with Gianluca.
Gianluca, yeah.
Perfect. So I will speak more about like company challenges instead from people challenges. So in my opinion, at the moment, the customer service in general is considered as a cost. So the biggest challenges here is not considered it anymore as a cost, but as an opportunity to drive sales. This is one of the biggest challenges that company now are like facing in this moment. How to do that? This is a lot of discussion that we should start.
So I know you're from Italy. So may I know more? Because I think in Asia it is quite different from your place from Europe. So as you say, it is difficulties to maybe to employ people to do the customer service, something like that. So how is the real situation right now in your country?
What do you mean as a situation? Meaning as how people are contacting us, the reason why, or how we're challenging this kind of contact, or what kind of challenges do you want at the underline of Italy?
Yeah, I mean,
So
for example,
No, go, please.
Yeah, because even I know that in old days, actually, many people is employing staff, for example, in Asia to do the contact center. So is it the same true? Your country is doing something like that to do the customer services?
Yeah, we are doing the customer services is fundamental for us. And after the pandemic, is really it is already now really important to have like a sort of direct contact with our customer. Also, when we drive sales online, the main pain points here is that the main contact that we have with the customer services is more about in general. I'll talk about in general company that are facing e-commerce issue is more about order, shipment, so information that in reality should be easy to reach. It should be not like be faced through like human contact. What is here when I was saying the real challenge is to use this human contact to have different conversation that will be more like details, product information that it will be more less considered as a client service, but more like as a client advisor. What I mean, less information about issue, more information about how to welcome the customer and how to drive the sales in general.
Understand. Yeah. So what about Fatens? What the challenge, biggest one that you're facing right now?
See, Chris, we have really numerous challenges that has, the one that I see the top is customers' expectations management. See, customers' expectations are always changing and they're increasing. And to be able to do that, you have to give them this convenience and this speed of service and this simplicity into finding the information whenever they want it and be able to do things on their own and be able to proactively anticipate their needs as well. So in order to do that, you require a lot of manual work, and that could consume a lot of efforts from the team. Because for an example, I have a team that is called Proactive Team, and I want to make sure that I manage everything before customer even feels it. And this again is to manage this customer's expectations, what I'm talking about, which is our biggest probably maybe goal that we're running after. You're gonna have to be a step ahead of your customer, and parallel to this, you want to give this kind of personalized experience. Mostly what I see around, and I know there has been other maybe tools, but what I see around are very much focused into marketing, and I appreciate that too. The marketing personalized tools that help you gather the information and understand customers' behavior and what they do on the journey. But also, I would love to see more supporting tools into helping me provide this personalized experience without having to pay a fortune, and be able to provide the customer this omni-channel experience as well, because we're retail brands. I'm part of the digital transformation in the company because we started the online transformation, or the online support with my team. However, customers are still very connected to the retail stores, and to give them the same experience here and there, and to make sure that you have the right tools. Still not so many tools, because also teams, you're going to empower them, but you don't want to give them hundreds of tools to work with. So I'm trying to really summarize everything, because mostly when we look at the challenges, we can say that there are certain challenges related to how you do things and you get your team to be empowered and work faster, how to manage customers' expectations, and how to still be within the company's digital strategy and budget and so on. So I tried to summarize everything for you quickly in this answer. I hope it helped.
It is fantastic.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I think I would like to just add to take a few key points from what Fateh just mentioned. So what she rightly mentioned was, especially when it comes to GCC market, I think one big challenge is how to utilize the data across all the touch points to build that 360-degree view of each customer, to make a personalized experience. So when Fateh talked about personalized experience, it can only be done when you have a clear visibility of the data across all touch points, which I think is one of the big challenges. You tend to use various platform, various cloud solutions to bring in a unified experience for the customers. But from a company's perspective, it becomes very cumbersome to manage all the data points like that. So there has to be some unified data source which the entire team can utilize in order to make certain decisions. Second, I think the biggest challenge would be still, the future is obviously automation, AI, ML, and a lot of other technologies into the customer service experience. But I think still there's a human touch that you still need to keep a balance of. It should be a hybrid. So to a certain extent, the bots can solve your problem. But when it moves to an agent, the same query, if it moves to agent, how well is it being handled? And I think one biggest challenge that I feel is why a customer service as a vertical cannot be made or cannot be utilized as a sales channel as well. What I mean by that is, now if you look at customers from an age group of 55 years or older, okay, we have so many apps, we have so many new technologies coming in. They're still grappling with the technologies. They're still trying to understand. Some may not even try to understand because of the sheer amount of knowledge that is required to acquire that. Now, how the customer service can jump in and help that customer segment to understand the product, to understand how to use a certain product. And trust me, in a recent study that I was reading about, this age group alone contributes to more than $12 trillion as sales. Now, that's a huge gap, which I don't think we are utilizing fully from a customer service perspective.
Yeah, I agree. I want to add a point on what this point that Abhishek has mentioned is really important, and also finding the chatbot, Chris, that is able to know when to interfere as well. Because I see that customers, even if they use the bot, they struggle a lot to be able to get out of it, or for this bot to be intelligent enough to identify that this customer is actually needing a person right now. And that probably could answer the question you mentioned at the beginning of this conversation, which is, will technology replace human? and that is a question that I get also all the time, and I think it's impossible, because a human interaction is always a very important factor to create a bond between a customer and a brand, and to create this trust, and to actually love dealing with that brand. If you think you're all the time dealing with robots and you're not able to get to speak to a person, even if the robot actually gets you, but you still want to speak to someone when you want, and you see this available and easy to happen, then you will stay connected. Sometimes actually technology drives customers away, believe it or not, when it's too much and it's not utilized properly. So this is a very good point also.
Totally agree with my colleagues, and just to add one thing is that it's really important, as they say, the sort of personalization, start to anticipate also the needs of our customer, but at the same time, we should find the right equilibrium on where to push, anticipate the needs, and not feel like pushy for our users, but at the same time, to be there in the right momentum, anticipate their needs, and however to keep maintaining the human touch that is needed now to also to drive sales and feel the customer special and well served.
I see Anjali has raised her hand. Anjali, please go ahead.
So I just wanted to, support few points with respect to, Danube Home presence in UAE and Oman market. Like Abhishek mentioned, that the age group of customers which are above 50 years, they are not very, tech friendly, and especially that complies on in the Oman market, because most of the Oman market, I would say, the population over there is local, and they are not very gadget friendly. And I think, to give them more on the personalized experience, and so at that age, we cannot teach them how to use a technology, but whatever they know about using the technology, through that, probably through AI, we can give more personalized experience and increase the sales figures, for by catering to such population. And a lot of ideas could be brainstormed, because what we are figuring out right now, the Oman market is down. I don't know across apparels if it is happening or not, but across retail, home retail, it's the market is really in a bad position. And so a lot has to be done with respect to technology in that market, and definitely AI can support a lot, but we have to brainstorm a lot of touch points which Abhishek mentioned, because across a consumer journey, when it enters into the store, a lot of touch points that we may miss out, and we are not able to cater to those set of customers. Along with that, what Fateh said about personalized experience, it's a growing trend, I would suggest, especially in millennials these days. And I think AI can help us decipher a lot of database by giving them personalized experience in the store as well as online. But how and what are the possible solutions, and what innovative solutions which we can come up with? I think that's a question which every retailer would definitely seek for. So yeah, that's
Fantastic, Anjali. No,
Thank you.
really appreciate your feedback. Probably we should move on to the next question, right, Chris?
Yeah, sure. But I would like to also to have some feedback also. I just want to also share with you what is the situation right now in Hong Kong and Asia. You're really right. So when there are a lot of different industry clients approaching us, they will say, okay, they really like to know, okay, what now AI can do right now, and they have many expectations. For example, chatbot really disappointed many people, because even in Hong Kong, that in these 3 years, a lot of people doing, but that is not mighty enough. Okay, it's so stupid, they cannot answer the questions. But now, right now, I can tell you actually the AI is really empowering, which is increasing, enhancing every day by day. And what you also mentioned is about for example, human touch. That is also that many people asking me. Okay, they like to know about new technology, but they prefer the always because they always are more humanized. People, we can talk to the people and then give you a real feeling, something like that. So this also, something that many clients come to me, I will also have to answer them. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to say is AI, even I'm from AI industry, I do not believe that AI can replace everyone. AI maybe one day it can be very mighty, it can answer a lot of things, but I still think many people would like to talk to a real person. But in some areas, for example, right now in Hong Kong, because COVID-19, many people is working from home, and then for some services, they really lack of human to answer call or to call in out. For such kind of services, they really like to try some simple robot to make calling out. For example, in Hong Kong, it is very packed city. So some old people is living at home, and then no people really from the hospital or from the servicing to contact them. Okay, because for the old people, they cannot leave their home. So you need a lot of words to call the old people. Okay, I'm bringing the food to your home, because normally they have 2 times sending the food. So there are no people to doing that, because even the people calling is having COVID-19. And then, okay, for such kind of thing, they really ask me, okay, is it any simple solution to do that? I think at that area, AI would really help. And also, you mentioned, for example, the data, how you connect it. In the old ways, that is really difficult, but come with the new technologies, I can say it is more easy for the data to connect it, to know more about the people. So I can say right now, it is still the AI, omnichannels, everything actually is still in the midway, which is not yet done. So I would say is actually many people come to me, they are asking me not to use the robot to do the services, instead to use the technology to help them the always, for example, as what you say, Faten, that is to assist, to make the contact center more smarter, so you can save more time, something like that, or to do the analysis. So it is happening. So no right or wrong, but just sharing with you that I think it is still in the midway. There are a lot of room to improve. So thank you very much. It's just the first question, and then everyone have a lot of thinking about that. So okay, come to the innovation really. So I think you guys must come across with a lot of different people saying, oh, okay, they have new technology innovations. So what are the innovations in customer service that you come across that you think it is really, it's something nice? It is you feel excited, something that you think it is good to have it. So also starting from Gianluca.
Yeah, Gianluca.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. So was a little bit anticipated in the conversation of before. So what we are really excited is starting to have the information of the customer before they start the conversation, meaning that mainly this is for the e-commerce perspective. Sometimes we can already recognize the customer before that is starting a chat. So in order that we can use this information to serve him better. This is one important technology that we are quite excited that for sure will help us in the work of serving better our user. At the same time, enable some technology that are able to provide more information or curated pages that can drive sales. This is another important evolution that we are going to have that is already there, that will help us a lot to drive more from a cost perspective, the customer services, to more to a sales perspective. At the same time, for sure, if you want to talk about the evolution of the future, you already anticipated the possibility of the blockchain, about the virtual reality and so on. These all technologies for sure that can enhance this service and bring it to the next level.
Thank you. So what about Faten? Anything
Right.
that you
So we already at our own brands have used for a while the AR technology on Makiaji website, where customers can actually put their photo and try on their makeup. So Makiaji is a beauty brand that sells makeup. And I think, see, even though it's very costly, but I think it gives this wow moment. And in these days, especially in Dubai and with the competition, you want to give this customer that special thing. They appreciate those. Wow, that is interesting. So this was one of the things we've been testing for a while. I'm not sure if we're continuing with, but I think it's interesting. And I think what's even more interesting for me personally, we don't actually have that right now, but I've seen on various websites, retail as well, well, you can try on the clothes online as well. So you can actually see how it looks like. And especially that online shopping now has become, especially after COVID, has become very, very popular. And a lot of like different ages, as Abhishek was saying, like there has been customers that are that above years, and they were doing those surveys on, and they are trying to understand how their behavior are, because customers, not only millennials, not only generation Z or whatever the generation letter is, customers are now utilizing the online shopping because they feel more safe. They feel that's easier. They feel they don't have to interact much with people and put their life in danger. So there are other reasons why customers go for online shopping these days. So I think it's quite interesting if we give them this real shopping experience, like real retail shopping experience. I find this interesting as well. And I've seen some companies use video communication. See, my team works remotely. I'm not sure if that will become a reality one day, where customers will want to see you and want to see you talk to them through the video call. So I see also that's happening a lot. And what I really also love is this smart way of understanding the customer's shopping pattern. So I love it when I see those emails where it tells me, hey, we can see that this is something you purchase on monthly basis, daily basis, yearly basis. It's about time now. You probably need a refill, or you probably need it by now. Those are things, or maybe things that goes along with what I just purchased. Or it's the same brand that I've purchased from before, and they have a new, for an example, a new clothes or new different things to for me to look at. So all of those things I really appreciate, and the most that I appreciate recently is those innovations that are very much focused on personalization. I remember a week ago, I received an email from one of the companies that sells also online. It's a retail also brand in Dubai. And it told me, hey, happy anniversary, it's been a year, and here is a gift. And I felt like this is so personalized. And I mean, I'm profiled somewhere, and they do notice this. And it's just those small things does really make a difference, and it doesn't really cost much to do. So anything that help the company to be more personalized, I believe what's going to happen in the future, and the innovative tools that's going to be supporting this concept is going to really be interesting for me, and interesting for increasing customer satisfaction overall.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Actually, I can share to you. Yeah, some of them. I'm not doing this, but I know some company in China is like this. They already have some software to help you to build. They call it that is a profile, because actually people, you can really divide them into different profiles, and then what they like from their shopping habits. Because in China, you know that there are quite many apps. For example, like Alibaba, they release a lot of merchandise. It's like this. Even every time you go onto their online shop, the store, actually what items showing to you every time is different. You know that already, because they fit for different profiles. So it is already a lot of technology doing that. Thank you. So Abhishek.
I think so. when we talk of innovations, it could be obviously some technological innovations that that everyone has been mentioning, but I would also like to highlight something non-technical. I mean, considered innovation, like for example, setting up an extra mile. Like we at Sixth Street have set up an extra mile team. What the extra mile team does is it purely segregates the escalations from queries, takes those escalations into account, and then try to resolve the customer's frustration or anger in a much better way. Now, how could that be integrated with an AI technology is something that I think needs to be looked at. I haven't found any particular product which caters to an extra mile initiative from a system standpoint. So, for example, firstly, the bot should identify whether it's an escalation or whether it's a query. Currently, it's a human process. It needs human intervention. The nature of query is something that basically customer service agent will need to identify and then create priority based on the nature of the query. If that is something that an AI can do, I think that would be wonderful. But from an existing technology, I think I was particularly interested in one of the apps which was developed by the co-founder of Uber. It's called the Operator app. And it's more like, I mean, they're trying to make online shopping easier. It's the app uses human concierge to execute a variety of commercial requests by customers. So, for example, a customer would come and say, "I need a white soft toy, a lion, for example, as a soft toy for my kid." And there are 2 or 3 different options immediately popping up. It's a pretty interesting app. You guys can definitely go online and check it out. So I was particularly interested in that human concierge innovation, which would obviously enhance your sales. Besides, obviously, the voice biometrics to reduce the call timings. There are self-service and live agent deflection apps, where they understand when to deflect a query to a human agent, which I think Fateh also mentioned earlier. And then obviously there is blockchain innovation that would hugely disrupt the market in terms of customer service.
Oh, thank you very much.
Adding on Abhishek's what he just mentioned, there are 2 things that just came to my mind really. So when it comes to the technology, and the segregation of queries and complaints, etc., you also want to make sure that it does that smart routing for your tickets, both and calls. So to be able to reduce customers' efforts. So if he's been speaking to someone, or if he had a previous interaction in the past 2 weeks, 1 week, a month ago, so we'll be able to easily check this history and profile this customer and profile their status, profile how do they feel, or be able to tell how it's best to deal with them. It's easier because agents when they are dealing with customers, they might not have enough time to do all of those checks. But if the technology helped them with that, then there comes this collaboration that we want to happen between the technology and human factor. And there was one more thing I think Abhishek was talking about a while ago, but it slipped my mind. So it just mainly I second what he said, and I believe that technology should help us be more efficient. We're looking for things that works with us on the complex, on the simple things, and leave the complex things for the human thinking and to be able to give this human interaction.
All right. So immediately, thank you. So immediately, I have the next question for you. That is, what do you see actually is in the coming 5 years, the customer service space evolving? What in the 5 years? What is the future that you're looking? You believe that? Because right now, I from your conversation, I know that especially for old people, they really like the old ways that to talk to a real human, and then technology that assists the old ways that to help to know more about the habits that is really helps. But I can also at the same time for the young people, actually many people told me that for people that they're young, like 15 yes, where they're in college or in school, they prefer to use chatbot because they think it is easier. They can work 24 hours a day. So what do you think? What do you see in 5 years later? So in customer service, so is it still the same right now, or it will be have a lot of differences? So yeah, let's go. Yeah, you first. Yes.
Yes. Yes, it's a particular question. As usual, no, if you can find the full version of all the answers that we give until now. So one of the biggest challenges is to anticipate the problem, to give all the information that the customer need ready to them, and not having issue from the usual problem in which people are contacting customer services, and at the same time transform this department not only to support the customer regarding issue that they're having, but transforming them to a sort of sale department. So this is one of the biggest challenges, because you have to change the mentality, how they used to work, and also how to train them. So for a certain point, system should already solve the usual issue that the customer are facing. So regarding order, shipment, all this kind of information, or avoiding like a sort of issue like when they are purchasing, having sort of defect bug. At the same time, transform this sort of department in something that drives sales. So this is needed as totally a change of mind of the people working in the company.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. So
Well,
Faten, it is, yeah, in the coming 5 years.
I'm trying to think really, because I'm thinking in the past 5 years, maybe things has changed, but there are certain needs that customers always looking for hasn't changed. So the customer still wants this kind of empathy and connection and availability. So there are certain things that's not going to really change, but I think the use of social messaging and WhatsApp and social media, I think that's going to be highly utilized other than other contacts and other channels. So I think these are the things that we have to focus on, because if you're going to talk millennials, or if you're going to talk the generation after that, you're going to see that mostly, I mean, I prefer WhatsApp. I don't have the time to speak to someone, and it's going to consume a lot of my time to send an email, obviously. So I prefer WhatsApp. And I'm not that like as in the youngest generation we're talking about. So I believe this is one of the things that's going to increase, and we're going to have to find ways to make sure that these interactions are easy and smooth and hopefully available with the combination between chatbots and human, so that you can provide this 24-hour support, but still gonna be actual support and doesn't annoy customers. I believe that there will be easier tools. I think one of the challenges we face right now is that tools are quite complex to integrate and to replace your legacy systems and to train on, and they're not very much easy to train. So I think that they're going to be easier tools to just integrate faster and help you achieve, or at least notice the change faster, notice how that's going to impact your business and performance. I believe that there will be maybe things to help us work remotely, because I believe working remotely was something that's going to live with us for a while. So I hope that there will be systems that will help me maybe track my team's availability and ensure ownership, ensure the right assignment of tickets to the right channels, and controlling, be able to really be available for customers. I second also the fact that we need to make sure that we anticipate customer needs. I believe the proactivity, and as I said before, customers' expectations are increasing, so I believe it's going to remain increasing. So finding the customer and predicting that they need support before they ask for it. So there are tools that you can find customer waiting for that long on your shopping page or on the cart page, but you're going to have to find the time to notice this and then start an interaction. But if the tools can help us do that faster and help us interact with customers who are actually in need. It's so irritating when you go directly on the homepage and then a bot comes out of nowhere and says, hey, how can I help you? But I haven't even looked at the website. So like, give me a chance first to see what you sell so that I can see how you can help me. And then it keeps popping up everywhere. So knowing when really to anticipate customers' needs and behavior, I think these tools are gonna be more effective.
Yeah, I think so. With the increasing social media channels every day, I think decentralization is something that is the key here. And so how to seamlessly deliver customer service across all these channels is something that I really look forward to in the coming years. Obviously, non-voice channels will continue to grow, is what I see. I mean, that is what we have seen at 6th Street from just the previous Black Friday to this Black Friday. Our non-voice channel has reduced by almost 16%, which is a huge, I would say, improvement, because obviously every call costs you money. So yeah, I think the major innovation or in the next 5 years, I would see an improvement in the customer service should be in how to manage your decentralization experience for customers. So any channel, whether it be LinkedIn, TikTok, or whatever, I mean, that is where we have to, I think, look at.
Yeah. So both of you actually is really talking about like WhatsApp and social media. So you think that actually it is going to be more important, right? Isn't it? So what about metaverse?
Well, metaverse is something. well, trust me. So basically, this part of the world, when it comes to e-commerce or online, it's still evolving. And I say even in the most developed countries, e-commerce is something as a field which is continuously evolving. But yeah, when it comes to metaverse, I think it's a great concept. But we also have to look at the practicality, or whether it's just a good to have. Whether our customers really understand metaverse. People are still trying to understand blockchain. People are still trying to understand what are these different coins that we are investing in, so people are still trying to get the clear information around it. And I still feel we don't have a very clear version of what exactly is metaverse. I think if we take a step back, education is more important. So you have to educate the customers first, what exactly is metaverse and how is it going to benefit them. Nobody is going to use a feature if it doesn't benefit them. So I think it's all about the use case scenario for the customers. Like what exactly are they getting out of it, and what is it exactly?
Yeah, thank you very much. So before I go to the next question, I show you something that is can you see a screen that is called digital human? Because I show you this because it is related to the next questions. Because I can say is in Asia, people really liked the new technology, especially in China, in Korea. But this is digital human that is from Korea. You see, so what do you think? Is her look real? So she's right now already. Now you can talk to her, and then she's now right now on social media. So already making a lot of photos, wow. Model everywhere, just like a real human. So what do you think about this? It's quite in our eyes actually a little bit room to improve, but it is already quite real. And then really she's posting a lot of posts on not Facebook, on Instagram, and also TikTok or something that even she can play dancing, something like that. So already many digital human right now, especially for something like this, it is not happening. It's just because I have a lot of companies also coming to us. Okay, I have this model, I build it, and then to use our conversational AI to provide services, not only in daily life, but also in metaverse. Right now it is what you say. Actually, people is what they like metaverse because it is involving. It is about NFT or about the digital coin, so they can earn a lot of money over there. But I think some of them actually really believe that, and then they really invest a lot they form their own company, and then really think that metaverse is another places that can do business, something like that. Because for example, NVIDIA, you know that company they're doing the graphic card, and then they are the main player also. They think that metaverse is something like a digital twin of the real Earth. That is everything. We have a mirror on the verse, and they have they are not calling themselves is metaverse. They make a metaverse called Omniverse. This was something that built out then. So okay, the next question is, because I also hear from you guys say that you're fascinated and about AI, machine learning, and AR, something like that. So what role you think that these technologies, or blockchain, that will play in the disruption of customer services? Yeah. What do you think that?
As we say at the beginning, I think that is a sort of natural evolution of this department. At the same time, at the moment, the world is still not ready. What I mean is an evolution that will happen soon, but it's not happening now in this right moment. So we have to keep attention about that, and we should, in a certain way, perhaps anticipate this evolution. But at the same time, it's not a present need in this moment. I think it will find these right places when the metaverse world will happen. Perhaps it's something that could help a lot. Then, however, I would like to have also some information how it works, this sort of avatar and communication, but could help in a certain way, perhaps in the also in the retail part, before in welcoming the customer at the entrance or something like that, before to go to real client advisor or to ask like a normal information. But however, it's still something that need an infrastructure around to be built and be ready. This is my point of view.
Yeah.
I think blockchain will be an enormous, it has enormous potential to change the customer experience altogether. So, for example, I think it would build more trustworthy transactions. So today, a very, very common complaint of customers is that they paid for a product or a service, but they've not received it yet. Now, these complaining customers, I would say, are just the tip of the iceberg. Because if one customer complains on any social media channel, there are a lot more that actually walk away from your website rather than contributing to the service problems that I might be having. So now, blockchain, I think, would allow for the goods, for example, to be tracked along each point of supply chain, because that information is objectively stored in the blockchain infrastructure. So it's not subjective anymore. It's not one courier company who is liable to answer to the delay in delivery of the product, but it's an objective information. So I think it will build more trustworthy relationships between the customers and the brands. The transactions would be pretty smooth as compared to what we are currently having, whether it comes to refunds, whether it comes to refunding the customer back into their wallet, the online wallet. So I think, this information holding in the blockchain means that neither party needs to prove, what is the delivery status of a package, for example. Nobody needs to prove anything. It's all there. It's transparent, it's trustworthy information that you're getting. So I think blockchain has definitely a huge potential. I think the initial cost would be higher, but over a period of time, it would be compensated for the number of friction points that would eventually reduce in the entire journey. So it's just like LED lights. When people started to install LED lights, they said, "Oh, it takes up a lot of electricity, and my bills are shooting up." But actually, the bills don't shoot up. It's long lasting, and your bills actually come down over a period of time. So your initial installation might be higher for an LED, and I think that goes the same for a blockchain technology in the future.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I have some question actually. I'm very curious because in Hong Kong, you know that actually one of the usage of blockchain that is NFT for the art piece. You know that Hong Kong will become a very important place for trading the art piece. You know that already now the trading volume already I forget number one and number two. So the Hong Kong how to say the financial sector of Hong Kong government is really concerned of that, and then okay they're really pushing. Yeah, okay, use blockchain, okay, to do the certification, but there's some people complain it's like this. Is for example, I have the ownership of this coffee, I have a blockchain, I have an NFT or something like that, but for say okay, this one is being stolen, and then okay, I go to the police station, I say oh I'm being stolen, I have the token to certify that is owned by me, but Hong Kong government, the police say oh this is our law, our legal system has not yet come with that. It is not. Yeah, I cannot distinguish. So, what is the situation in your countries? So, is it? I think.
See, in terms of adaptation, it's coming up pretty fast. The government itself is taking a lot of initiatives when it comes to blockchain and developing the digital asset in the country. So, I mean, there was a recent announcement in the Middle East by His Highness that there will be a proper regulation for all the digital assets that people own in this country, and I think that's a huge initiative. It is very favorable to the people who are either trading or planning to incorporate anything related to blockchain in the business. For example, I see in the very near future, the online websites would start accepting Bitcoins or other altcoins as alternate mode of payments, which I see happening anytime soon now. So I think in terms of adaptation, it's happening pretty fast. It's all about how to integrate that into your current systems, how to bring that change as fast as the market is changing. And that's all what matters, I think. Obviously, if the company has a specific vision and a budget allocated to that vision, I think it is completely achievable. It's all about how fast these integrations or these changes can happen in your current existing system. And that's when I think the service providers or the solution providers, this responsibility lies on them to create their products frictionless. It should be like a plug and play in today's world.
Yeah, understand. So what do you think, Faten?
I do agree on the same point, and this is a point that I've mentioned before, that the current tools are quite complex. It takes a long time to integrate, and we might not even have enough experts to be able to manage and make sure that these tools will work right for you. So being able to also adapt to that change, be more agile, and be more customer-centric focused, it's one of the things that will make the adaptation easy. But in terms of the country, we as Abhishek has just mentioned, that we actually support a lot of, like, the country support a lot of technology innovations or innovative tools, and this transformation is extreme in Dubai. So even I actually saw that even blockchain and paying by Bitcoin and things, it's now starting to appear in Dubai. We are seeing these markets in Dubai these days. So I believe that in terms of the adaptation, it will be easy as long as you have the right strategy and you know how to use this data. Going back to making sure that you have the right team that looks at the right tools for you and make sure that they are tracking what's happening in the market, and make sure that they provide each department with the right information that helps them grow and utilize those tools. And for those tools to come with the right constructive or let's say more comprehensive training that helps you be able to fastly or use them in a fast way. Also, I think with these tools, there must be proper reports and dashboards, because these are the things that we look at and we build our plans on as leaders. So as much as we invest into how to interact with customers and how to, personalize their experience and so on, there must be proper reporting, there must be proper dashboards, there must be easy and use of those tools for me as a leader to be able to make use really of this data and be able to act fast and provide this proactive experience as well.
Yeah, thank you very much. So back to reasons. So for example, now I believe that technology is still developing. We are still on the mid road that is using for example, our new technology, something like that, in conversational AI, in contact center, something like that. So now, for example, right now, if there's really something very nice technology, very mature technology that already now in the market, so what would be the biggest hurdle for you to adopt these innovations solutions to your company? So in Hong Kong, some big companies, they have a team called or innovation team. Is this something that you have it? Or maybe this time we start with Dixit? Yeah, you have some department for that?
At this point, no. We don't have a specific dedicated team for any innovative initiatives or something like that. But yeah, I think the biggest hurdle is not that. The biggest hurdle would be, again, as I mentioned earlier, and Fateh also mentioned, it would be the existing systems. So, I mean, when it comes to a lot of online players in this market, what I've observed is that there very few, a handful would have probably their own ERP systems, and most of them are relying on various different platforms or cloud solutions to integrate their order management system or deliveries or whatever it is. Now, any new innovation in a particular channel, I think it all needs to take care of your existing systems. I think for us at Sixth Street, that would be the biggest hurdle. Probably for Fateh or someone else in the conversation, I think it would be a different hurdle.
Yeah. So is the same for you, Faten?
I do agree with my colleague. Of course, we are almost from the same industry, and I also find that one of the hurdles is maybe keeping up with that many tools. So recently we've seen a lot of tools that does so many things for you, and it seems that personalizing this to fit your needs is not so easy, and being able to free your time to always check what's in the market is not so easy. So between the many tools that are available in the market, to find the right one for you and to be able to easily put in the criteria of the performance you're looking for or the experience you're aiming to achieve, and be able to have this tool suggested for you. So I want to find these tools easier. I want to find them relevant, and I want to make sure that it is fitting my goals. And also, when that happens, I want to make sure that it's easier to implement, as I said before. So I don't want it to take years or that many times, and I don't want it to be testing on my customer either. So I want to make sure that there is some testings that is being done without it impacting my customer experience, without me having to realize, oh yeah, this is how the customer reacts. So there must be certain things that or certain data that the tool might be able to find and get out of the existing legacy system and provide me this seamless experience without having to test on customers, on real customers, because also this is one of the things that I see very irritating. And yeah, I mean, just as I said previously, the budget constraints, obviously there must be more tools that can be affordable and easily you can have them with a startup or with new companies. And of course, cybersecurity. I guess security is one of the things that is a bit of a constraint, and you want to make sure that you provide customers with this secure system that will make sure their data is safe with you and you're just utilizing it the best way.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think just to quickly add on this point, I would say it would also be, the one big hurdle would be to at least not use the entire product if I don't want it. The product should be available in a very flexible manner. So probably there's a certain area in which I need to have to take help of your product, not the entire product. Probably I don't need it from one end to the other end. Probably I just need one part of your product. I think that is where a lot of companies, they're not able to offer customized solutions per se. Either they offer the full product, or then you have to go for a basic plan or a silver plan or a jubilee plan or a golden plan. I don't know what plans, but yeah, I think it should be pretty flexible.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, really insightful for me. This actually your answers, and I know very clear that why my client actually, when they come to me, is just as what you say, is they want to have our solution immediately. The best is tomorrow I will have it. And then it has to be, they don't need to input anything, immediately can use, no need to training. And then, but it has to be flexible enough. And then, okay, they can start small and then to grow very easy when they need more, something like that. So really insightful. And this is from the industry point. That's so in a way, I have to also to adjust our product to make it to be flexible. So most people now looking for a SaaS model. It's the reason, because normally the budget is very small, very easy to start, and then they can enhance, expand later. So also the last question is something that is personally for our company. That is, I think you know many companies, many startups, and then what kind of mistakes that you find out that can you name some few mistakes that a startup are making when they're pitching their innovative solutions to decision makers? So what are the mistakes so I can avoid them?
Well, what I've observed so far is usually the startups focus on the presence of the company, how far out the company is present in terms of its reach, whether how many clients do we have currently, rather than focusing on the actual product. And when it comes to the actual product, it gets too complicated to understand. I think the initial pitch should have a very crisp, easy, uncluttered, non-generic, and a clear understanding of the product offering. Like, this is my product and this is what it offers. Even if it is just in one page, I should be able to just understand the product based on my requirements. And I think when a startup is reaching out to a potential business partner for the future, I think they really need to first understand the product market fit and what would it be to align to their needs. So a lot of people just text on LinkedIn saying, hey, I am so and so, and this is my product, and we can offer you great solutions. Well, I don't think that really works these days. If you have a demo or a small link to the demo of the product, or a QR code maybe that I can scan on my screen to have a look at the basic features of the product, I think that would be great. It works better than a lengthy pitch deck or a corporate deck of say 20, 25 pages, rather than just send across a link for the basic. It's more about experiencing the product before the customer. That is more important to us. I should be able to experience the product, at least some percentage of the product, if not the full product.
Yeah, thanks. The very good suggestions from you. So what about you, Faten? So what mistake we have to avoid when I tell our client about our company, our technologies? What do you think?
I 100% agree with Abhishek. What irritates me is looking into my email and finding this long email that is sometimes not even relevant to what I do. And I just don't have the time. And can we schedule a meeting? Can we schedule a meeting? I want to schedule a meeting. I just don't have the time. So, but in my free time, I might just scroll into the mail and maybe find something useful that would be good for me. And then I will schedule the meeting myself. I will approach you. So it's more of making me approach you, making me need you, not you running up to me. This era has gone where you're going after customers and you're trying to sell customers products. This era has gone. Now the customer will come to you. If they need you, they'll come to you. And it's the same thing for us. We're your customers. I mean, you got to make us need you. And it's by really finding the right approach and giving me this demo, giving me this presentation, attract me, give me a reason why I want to work with you. But those normal emails that you're used to, hey, I'm that person and I really want to speak to you about that and that, there's nothing innovative about those emails, and there's nothing interesting, and it really sometimes is not even relevant, and this is really frustrating. So study me, know your clients, your potential clients. You're supposed to want to work with me. So you got to know what I do, what I want, and what do I work with. It's not a secret. It's on LinkedIn and you may find me anywhere. So if you want to interact with me, you know more about what I want from you and what I need and what I do and what are my goals, and try to pitch it for me that way. So yeah, this is just really casual feedback. And I think that will be the answer of your question, Chris.
Very good. Yeah, thank you very much. Really get a lot of insights on that. So I have all my questions right now. So thanks a lot for, this is really an interesting discussion panel.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks,
so
thanks, Faten and Abhishek. I know we already, reached the time, but you stayed with us. You kept providing your insights and your thoughts. That's really, really wonderful. Very nice of you. So again, really appreciate your time today. And hopefully we'll reconnect soon and probably learn more about your business and talk about our business as well. Okay. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take care.
Thank you, Pankaj. Thanks, Faten.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I had a pleasure. Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.